Hi, it's me, Bill Patton, again with 720 Degree Coaching. And this is part two in a series of videos on anonymous communication because there's been a lot of that in the tennis world lately. And I think we need to know how to deal with it really well. So, I had a situation where I had just coached the boys' team at this one particular school. And frankly, it was pretty difficult because there was some problems of low character at the school. And so, even though the season ended well with that group of boys, I thought it was very positive, and I guess it turns out it wasn't as positive as I thought. So as I was preparing to coach the girls team and August was approaching, I began to reach out to the girls to try to talk to them about how to prepare and whatnot, and I wasn't really getting a lot of response. So about a week before the season was supposed to start, there was an anonymous email sent to the athletic director at the school saying, if Bill Patton is going to be the coach of the blank, blank, blank high school girls tennis team, then we quit. And I was like, wow, I could not believe it. And so really, I mean, I can get into a lot of detail here, but there were some specific reasons why they didn't want me to coach, and it really didn't have much to do with tennis. It had a lot to do with sort of a laissez-faire attitude of how the coaching was done before and how lax the program was. So kids were actually using the program as an excuse to have unsupervised time away from their parents. So that was not such a great thing. And girls were getting in trouble, doing other things. And yeah, you can let your imagination run wild there. Anyway, so this email comes in, and you know, I happen to be working for one of my favorite athletic directors of all time. And so he and I put our heads together, and we got the principal in on it. And that principal was dynamic. I mean, she really did a great job. So Mrs. V took over, and she actually called a meeting and got the girls in to talk. And so she got key leaders on the team to try to investigate what exactly is happening here and why is this happening. So anyway, and she vouched for me because she knew me well. I mean, I interviewed well. She liked me, and she'd heard about the success that we'd had with the boys team, and our interactions were always very positive. And I think she's one of the most proactive public school leaders I've ever met. So great athletic director, great principal, everything was really awesome. So as it turned out, she encouraged the girls to give me a chance. And I mean, isn't that interesting? So it's interesting and ironic, and I probably could have gotten my feelings hurt, but not really. But anyway, I've been coaching for 25 years at that point, and I'm thinking, wow, this is pretty disrespectful. But for the sake of the girls, I let it go. So anyway, we ended up having another meeting after so the athletic director and I then met with the girls, and I gave them the outline of what the season was going to be like. And, we got to work, and a very interesting thing happened. We had a nice group, and the chemistry sort of came around after a while. There were some little blips on the radar. There was a problem. I actually had to take away team captaincy from one particular player, and then after that, then everything settled down. Part of the story is that during that season, I had a girl named Amy who early on we weren't really getting along. We weren't really seeing eye to eye very well, but I took her aside and I was like, hey, are we doing all right? And then I think she really appreciated the fact that I cared enough to actually talk to her one-on-one. And it turned out she was having a really bad day. And so we worked that out, and she understood that I really cared about her. And then she went on to improve more than any other player in the final 2 weeks of the season. No player I've ever coached has improved that much in 2 weeks. And then she ended up as a number 2 player on the last place team winning the league title in singles, which was really amazing. And so people just didn't see that coming. And so I was really amazed. It turned out really well. And so we worked through that process. So I mean, sometimes what you need is you need somebody at a higher level than you or a different level than you. Maybe you need a parent to advocate and kind of push past and try to understand why is this anonymous communication happening. So I think it was largely a big misunderstanding by the girls, not understanding, what I'm really about. And I think they ended up really having a fun season. And we were competitive. It was a good time.